We welcome all of you to Nissan Stadium on the banks of the Cumberland River in downtown Nashville, Tennessee. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Detroit Lions and the Tennessee Titans. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line.
Ready, set.
Mike 51, Mike 51. Here I come. Shift.
Takes 3. 218, chopper.
Jam. Check.
Finley setting up on first down. He'll get this to his tight end. It's Johnny Smith. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Check out.
Roll out. Hard. Snap.
Finley now from the 50. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Devon Kennard. From that outside linebacker spot, gets in there. It's a loss of 9.
Pilot, 64, weak.
Watch the ship.
Bam.
Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping. Shit.
Fight.
On third down, Finley. He gets it to Brown. Complete. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 38-yard line. And on this first drive, looks like they want to get that vertical passing game going early.
And they did, and what a warning shot they just fired. If you're not going to back up and play coverage deep, we're going to attack you all game long. And once you adjust to that and you start to back off, then that opens things up underneath. A really nice start for them. Great way to get the game going.
Finley. And he'll lay out and pull it in. What a diving catch there. That one good for a pickup of 15 for Tennessee.
Ready? 18 Gator.
First and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Hey, let's go.
Protein spill.
Watch that. Watch twist.
Look, squeeze.
Crash. Check 26.
Go.
The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And not much, maybe a yard down to the 23.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Watch out.
61, matchbox lights.
Twist. Hatchet. Check.
Hey, Sam off. Gone. Let's shoot.
On second down, here's Mixon. And able to get about 3 as he's taken down right at the 20.
Good job.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but here's third down.
Hey, orbit.
Switch.
Leo.
Check. Lucky.
Look at me. Door.
Kill.
Finley from the gun on third down. This will be caught by Brown. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. What a methodical drive this is turning out to be. That time 9 yards, and the sticks move again.
1st and 10 at the 11-yard line.
Finley in the offense to the line with a 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive.
Out.
SOS.
Ready?
On 1st and 10, Finley. And he's got it. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Hard. Fan.
On 2nd down, Nixon. They give him 2 yards there as they're set up now with a 1st and goal.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork, and add a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up 1st downs.
Let's go.
Ready up. Greystone, travel.
Let's go. 25. Check 25.
Defense.
Here's a run with Mixon, and he gets in. Touchdown, Tennessee. Joe Mixon, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Titans take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Extra point up and good by Suckup, and it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go. 80 weapons.
Go.
And an alley to run. And right away, he lost the football. And that might be Titan football. It is. Partner, on my spot sheets, I highlighted turnover margin because we remember they turned it over 4 times last week. So another one here in the first quarter. This isn't the way they want to go.
No, not even close, and it's not something they even imagine because the amount of time that we know that they spend in practice talking about what they need to get done, working on it, showing them how to take care of the football, and emphasizing what it means in terms of winning, they got to just be puzzled right now that they're not taking care of the ball better.
And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. It's a gain of 34, and this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Mixon trying to punch it in, and he will take this one in for a Titans touchdown. Joe Mixon, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Titans are able to extend their lead. Extra point put through by Suckup, and it's now 14-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board.
Hey.
That's me. 29 is a Mike. Mike 29.
Hey, Haywood.
29 is a Mike. Mike 29.
Here we go. Five.
They look to throw now on first down. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Back to throw here. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. Open man is Galladay, complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. So on 4th down, Britton Colquitt on to punt. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Call that one an even 60 yards, 6-0. And the Titans will be backed up deep to begin the drive as they take over 1st and 10.
We want this. Shift.
Hey, Sam off. Shoot.
Out of his end zone, Finley. It's caught, Smith. And he's taken down, but able to get this up to the 20-yard line. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. So the previous play, a big help, as now they'll have it 1st and 10 up at the 20.
Hey, Echo. Check. Guard. Leo.
First down, Finley. Got him in, it's Brown. Give him a couple on the catch, it's 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pickup.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8.
22 jet bomber. Look at me. Door. You're out.
He's coming. We got double up.
Ready?
From the gun to give to Mixon. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
A loss of 1. It's now 3rd
Hey,
and
Delta.
9.
To throw on 3rd down. Finley, flush to his right. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 30 yards there, and of course the first down as well.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired up. That's a big game. Mixon with a first down carry. Credit to tackle that time to Deshaun Hand.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Matchbox, slight. Bam.
Switch.
Rock it.
2nd and 5 now. Finley. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tavon Wilson. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
On the set.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive, but at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer, and make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still 2nd quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay.
You ain't doing nothing today.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
He'll look to throw. Looking deep downfield. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Detroit. Nelson Aguilar. His first touchdown here of the new campaign, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Prater for the extra point, and that'll make our score 14-7. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And they will not get a chance to return this one, as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jared Davis. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. Well, this was a 14-0 game not too long ago. Things were looking pretty good. And then you give up the touchdown on the last drive, now the interception.
So that's a lesson in trying to stay vigilant, isn't it? You have to stay on top of things. Can't relax too much because, as you noted, things change. Now they got to go out there and get a spark going again and try and slow down this comeback.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Check, 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 check. Recon, 132 fighter. Small.
2nd and 5. And an alley to run. 8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a first down.
Certainly making his presence felt in both the pass and the run game. He's having an impact.
Yeah, his first carry of the game right there. He had hurt him with his arm. Now he's showing that he can shuffle the puppies as well. They'll look to throw here. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line. 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. A throw for Galladay is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Sidney Jones. And the return goes up to his own 17-yard line. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Under 10, hey, stand up. Hey, turn it out. Kill, turn it up. Kill, go.
Finley sets to throw on first down. He gets this in the hands of Mixon.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down.
Watch the safety, go on. Leo. Lee Griffin.
To throw, Finley. toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. The 2017 All-Pro Darius Slay there in coverage, knocking it away. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
Man open left side is Brown. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A big third down conversion with a gain of 28.
First and 10 at the 38.
Come on, set. 15, Lonnie. 15 Lonnie. X3. 218, chop it. You're out. Hard, hard. Bam, bam. No. Get it.
A first down throw for Finley. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. Now the Titans will use their third and final timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. Right hash, 37-yard attempt. And the 11-year veteran bangs it through, and they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
This fielded at the 2. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'd love to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
The Titans hold the lead, and they'll get the football first as the third quarter gets underway. And his guys are going to start their drive right at the 20-yard line.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never wanted to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Now, a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
But has not been the best game for him, but he definitely tried to get by with a little help from his friend there, trying to create a big play.
Couldn't do it, fell incomplete, but you're right, hasn't been a banner game here in the second half, just trying to get going.
Big thing is trying to keep confidence up and continue to fire.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 11 yards there and a Lion first down.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a first down.
The first down carry here for Johnson. The tackle is made by Adoree Jackson. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Check it back.
Rock it.
Back to throw. And that is incomplete. So coming up empty here to start the third quarter. Already 2 scores down. Got to be careful.
Yeah, I did notice, though, that the captain of the defense patted the quarterback on the helmet on his way out, pretty much letting him know, we know the pressure's on us. We're going to go out there and try and hold serve for you while you figure it out over here on the sidelines.
Here we go. Here we go.
At their own 20-yard line.
Down.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Yeah, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on second and a couple.
Hey, lock it. Back. Look, squeeze. Go.
Finley now. Wide open receiver complete. Give him 16 yards there, a Tennessee first down.
It's a gain of 16 yards. And the Titans first down.
Ready.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Right.
Let's go. Check. Watch that. Watch twist.
Hey, Sam on. Big grip.
From the gun, Finley. And a quick throw here, that's complete. A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead. So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on second and less than a yard.
At the 47-yard line.
Score.
Check. Switch.
Leo.
Again, it's Finley. He'll find his running back, Joe Mixon. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. That one, a first down pickup of 8. Finley in the offense to the line with a 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive.
Check. Lucky.
Finley setting up on first down. Over the middle here to Brown. The Titans get 14 yards there and move the chains as well. And that last reception puts him over 150 yards now on the game, Charles.
And now it's not just execution. It's not just performance. It's a mental aspect that's going on. Because right now, he's got the defense so much on their heels, got them looking at each other. Who's going to cover this guy, and what type of coverage can we put out there to try and slow him down?
That's going to be caught. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eye. Dropped at the 1.
Titans first down. First and goal at the 1-yard line.
Ready. 60 yards.
Come on, the ball. Right. He's tight on the right.
Bam. Recon, 132 fighter. Yo, faster. Fight.
They'll give it to Mixon. And he gets in. Touchdown, Tennessee. Taking it in from a yard out. And the Titans are able to extend their lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. that doesn't happen, it looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
Extra point up and good by Suckup. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. Quick hitter here. It's complete. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
That was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And he's going to be taken down. They sack him on what will be the final play of quarter number 3. Back now in Nashville. It's the Lions trailing, but with possession of the football as we get set to bring you the 4th quarter. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Hey, Alpha. Ready?
Gotta try it here. He's back to throw. And this is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Titans, they've got the football back, and they've got it in great field position. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
80 weapon.
He's crashing. He's checking crash. Rush in. Rush in. Rush in.
Rock it. Check 25. Go.
Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. They'll get it to the 23-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
90 Wolf.
Brings up 2nd and 3. At the 23-yard line.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Finley, complete. Smith has it. 1st down, Titans, gain of 12.
60 outlaw. You draw Porter.
First down. Come.
1st and
36.
10.
Kill.
49. Check 49. Hey, lock it. Look. Squeeze.
They'll run on 1st down. Mixon. They'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
It's our time, guys. It's our
X3. 218. Chopper. Hey, Wahoo. On the ball. Hey, Sam on. Get it.
On 2nd and 7, Finley. And a quick shuffle pass here is complete. Showed off the footwork, but still corralled shy of the 5 at the 6. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. The Titans on 3rd down. A perfect 4 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Finley from the gun on 3rd down. Flushed out right. His pass caught at the 4. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. They've now produced 3-yard gains on 3 straight plays. Leads us to 4th down. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. Succop's kick is good. And that will push this lead up to 20 now. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Good work, boy. Let's go. Let's go.
Ready to break.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened there.
That factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. Now back to throw. Open man, he's got him, the tight end Hawkinson. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. This quarterback now 8 of 17 so far, under 50%. They're going to look to throw. Screen play, Johnson. The first down screen pass, good for 5. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. They'll set up a throw. And he's got his man on the out route. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first? Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the 4th, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29.
Hey, team 6. Team 6.
29 is a Mike 29. All day, baby. All day. All day. Let's go.
Looking to throw. Escaping the pressure right. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down. The Lions on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. He'll drop to throw. Looking for the end zone. He's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. Nelson Aguilar with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Lions are able to cut into this lead. So the Lion offense staying on the field as they're going to try for 2. And he is going to get in there for the 2 points to make this a 12-point game. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. Fairly short kick, taken at the 14 here. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point.
Go.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. All told, it's an even 30 and a first down. I guess he was saving his best for last, so to speak. Longest run of the day coming here in the fourth quarter right there.
And that type of run makes for a better night for him and his teammates, doesn't it? To be able to produce this late in the game can lead to some big smiles and satisfaction in the locker room after this one's over.
Surprising, Finley looks to throw it here. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
You go tight. You got tight.
Go out. Hard.
Out.
Now Joe Mixon. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
Matchbox lights. Stand.
Switch.
Rock it. Hey, lock it.
Check that.
Side.
Now Finley. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Amani Hooker, and his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Joker. Check safety. Check. Hey, switch gears.
Look, squeeze.
56 to Mike.
The drive will commence with a run by Mixon. He'll be tackled shy of the 35. Pretty shifty footwork, but didn't buy him much. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8.
Hey, Sam off.
Kill.
Once again, they run with Mixon. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with third down coming up. And Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for Tennessee, they get back in the win column as they move to 2-1 now on the year. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for Detroit, the early struggles continue as they'll sink to 0-3. And they'll get the extra week to think about this one as they return to action in 2 weeks' time. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
Y'all already know what time it is. Playing skills, you did. Call on the wrist, pull on the wrist, watch out flip, watch out whip, I'm in the whip, all in the whip, I in the west, all in the rest. I never switch, ice in the rest. I get the money, but I never switch. They saying you switch, you won't get it. You know they came from the bottom and now we is lit. You was lit, I gotta get it, I gotta get it. You hating cause ice on the wrist. My bitch, you wanna be famous, They hella they made us, You know I'm ice in the Vegas, This for the that haters, I make a lot of no money, When it's not savers, Be liking my flavor,